You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now. Or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAK Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode. We got a big American episode coming up here.
See that?
Yeah.
That's a taste of America right there.
Wow.
That's American history. If you
That's
guys didn't
American.
know. And speaking of, you told me something a little disturbing that I didn't know about Tom Brady earlier.
Yeah. He can suck his own dick.
He got a rib removed so he could suck his own dick.
Yeah, and it's disturbing.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, after that, I don't support that roast that he did.
No.
Just because of that fact.
Well, and then he started doing it on stage, which was the craziest
it was insane.
part.
He had these buccal fat removal, and he got his.
Mm-hmm.
He's real tight up in his mouth, so
Real
he can.
tight.
Yeah. It's like
Skeletal.
yeah, and so he can suck his own dick.
That.
Yeah, don't support that. Nope, not me.
Nope. And
So, welcome to It Takes All Kinds podcast. It was 167. We're recording this on Tuesday, May 14th. You'll be hearing this on Friday, May 17th.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right off the dome.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a summer it's been, and it's not even summer yet.
No. Yeah, tell me about it.
You can say that.
Yeah, this is my last week of freedom. Yeah.
Merp.
I went into work Monday, and everybody was asking me, "Oh, can you work for me this day? Can you work for me this day?" I'm like, "Nope, sorry."
Nope.
I said, "Nope. This is my last week off before I'm working 9 to 5 every single day for the next year." So
just a cog in the machine.
Mm-hmm.
You and all those other bastards out there on the freeway going to their death, just driving to their deathbed day after day. What do you have to look forward to?
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
I want you to think about that while you're driving to work.
I will. Don't worry, I will.
Think about how this is your life forever.
This is it.
What do you have to live for?
So, Carson, what we got on the docket today?
I'll give you some things to live for.
Please do.
Well, one of them isn't, honestly. Let's be real. Actually, I don't think any of these things are
No,
a
I'd
reason
say-
to live. These are all pretty depressing.
Yeah,
things.
welcome to the pessimistic podcast.
The
Pessimistic prick podcast.
Where was that name whenever we were coming up with names?
Yeah, you're right.
We had meat and cheese cravings.
Yeah, that worked too.
We had vacation Bible school.
Well,
those
that
are
was
two
the
of
one.
Gavin's pitches.
I love those.
Solid pitches. We got one thing that we lived for this past weekend, which was the Northern Lights.
Yeah, the Aurora Borealis, completely localized within your kitchen at this time of the year.
Is that an
Smoked hams, steamed hams.
I don't know what that is.
That's a Simpsons gag.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Timberwolves Brazil, the Timberwolves Brazil account, which is kind of a big part of this show. We've talked about him quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's gone.
He's been gone.
MIA. I didn't even know.
Oh,
I didn't
really?
know this.
Yeah. Well, I can update you.
Of course, we're going to be breaking down and roasting, just like Tom Brady, the daily. I can't believe Tom Brady roasted a whole room of people. They had him doing the roasting.
Yeah.
And I was like, the roast of Tom Brady, but it was him roasting. We're going to roast the Daily Wire.
They hit
adult
him over a
cartoon.
smoked flame.
Yeah. They like a pig roast.
Yeah.
And he was able to suck his own dick the whole time.
Yeah. That was the way they did it. They caramelized it. They dipped him in caramel. And then they had him.
Is that how you think that works?
They froze him in carbonite like Harn Solar.
Harn Solar.
And
I want to give a big birthday shout out to Harn Solar.
And they stuck a pike right through him and then put him over a slow roast flame.
Oh, we're gonna have a pig roast tonight. Oh, did you get enough caramel?
Yeah.
For the pig?
They caramelized it. They put it in caramel apple. Yeah.
You got to dip them in caramel.
I mean, it's a seasoned beef.
So we're going to talk about the Daily Wire cartoon. Gavin's going to present a story about a woman living inside of a grocery store sign for a year.
Yeah.
I told him like Parasite style. He stared at me with a blank face because Gavin hasn't watched a movie in 5 years.
I should have just agreed because I'll make a reference to Parasite now because of that.
Oh, God damn it. I gave you fuel.
You give me free. I'm not the only one that does that, by the way. I figured that out. There was someone else I was talking to who's a friend of a friend. And he made a reference to, I think he made a Star Wars reference. And then my friend was like, you don't even watch Star Wars. And he's like, yeah, you're right. He's like, yeah. He's like, but I don't care.
I won't say I've never done it. Because I'm sure I can almost guarantee I have like, I know I've done it. I just can't give you an example of when.
Well, you got to be cooler about
why.
it like me because you never know whenever I haven't watched a movie.
Yeah, you just got to play it off.
Yeah, just play it off. Play him off keyboard,
Just
cat.
keep that shit-eating grin on your face and just play it off like you meant it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to.
That's all it takes nowadays.
That's all you got to take to get by. Look at RFK.
Brainworm man.
And then, of course, what you listening to? Probably no next door drama this week. We do have one on deck if we need it, though. And it's actually pretty short. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good.
I'll just say that.
I read it.
Whenever we get to it, it'll be a fun one. Okay, really fast. I want to give a quick rest in peace to Steve Albini. This is a genuine rest in peace, not a jokey one. Steve Albini, if you don't know who he was a super well-respected and well-known engineer, also musician in bands like Big Black, Shellac, or Shellac or Shellac. I think it's Shellac. Along with others, he produced Nirvana's In Utero, super well known. Pixies, Breeders, PJ Harvey, whole bunch of people. Probably the most like well-known audio engineer ever. I mean, could you name another one? You might be able
Brian
to.
Eno.
Brian Eno, yeah.
That's the only one.
Yeah. And even then, it's like, when I think of Brian Eno, I think of him as a
musician.
Yeah,
no, I know him because he worked with Coldplay.
Oh, gosh.
I wish I didn't know that, but I know.
I wish I didn't know that either, because now I want to be referencing that.
Uh-huh.
They'd be like, Brian Eno. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Coldplay reference.
Oh, the Coldplay guy.
Yeah, the Coldplay guy. Yeah.
Oh, Brian Eno, the Coldplay guy?
Yeah.
But yeah, he passed away suddenly at the
61.
Yeah, 61. Of a heart attack. Super sad, but the reason I bring him up is because he was a two-time guest on Office Hours, one of them being the Office Hours live Chicago show that I was able to be at and work there. And I told this story on the show when we recorded our Chicago episode with all the boys. But I was given the opportunity to hire a clown to source out the perfect clown for his birthday, because his actual 60th birthday was that day of the show when we were doing it. And so that's just like a fun, crazy, weird memory that moment in time that I'll be able to have forever.
You'll tell your kids about it.
Yeah, I will. I'll be like, yeah, I got to hire a clown for Steve Albini's birthday. Yeah. It's like, what does that even mean?
It's like someone's grandpa meeting Babe Ruth or something.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's like not even meeting Babe Ruth, but I got to hire a clown for Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's even, for me, it's like even cooler than like actually meeting some. I did get to meet him, but it to me, it's cooler than that because it's so stupid. And like, when would anyone be
able to do that?
Exactly. And so that's just a memory I have. And the clown was perfect. She was so fucking bonkers and weird.
I remember when you told me you had to pick that, you were tasked with picking that out, and I was like, that's actually insane.
Yeah, it was tough, man.
You had like a list.
I did. I had a whole list, and as soon as we got this lady, I was like,
this is the one. Yeah.
And I texted Matt, and because she sent me a video.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I sent it to Matt, and he was like, because he was like, it's still like early on me working for Office Hours. And so Matt was like, not sure like of my sensibility of like all that kind of stuff. Totally understand. And so he's like, oh yeah, he's like, not sure. And I'm like, well, she sent me a video. And then I sent it to him. He's like, oh yeah, that's the one. So yeah, it's just a fun, weird memory. I only got to say a few words to him, but he just seemed like such a nice dude. But also like, somebody said it, like he was like like a hard ass, and he was like the kind of person to just say whatever's on their mind and not give a shit what the other person thinks, but in like a good way. Because there's people like that are like pieces of shit.
Yeah, like piss people off all the time.
Yeah, but Steve Albini was always like good takes or like, you know, just like the obvious truth, and he was just so funny. And
well, I read his letter to Kurt Cobain.
Yeah,
that was very like he's very honest. He was very honest about everything he was doing, and
that was 93.
Like, yeah, and
you know
like
what I mean.
Honestly, it probably was written on a typewriter or something like that because it had like that font.
Yeah, but he was also like, you know, just like a young dude in like the grunge-ish scene.
Yeah,
you know, grunge by
90 standards.
Yeah, but like by proxy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say like Big Black and stuff like that was grunge. That was more like kind of metal-y-ish stuff. But yeah, he was also just like a fucking goofball. Like they recently, Conan on his podcast had on Chris Novoselic, Dave Grohl, and Steve Albini to talk about the 30th anniversary of In Utero. And Steve told the stories of him and Kurt prank calling Gene Simmons and stuff like that while they were doing the recordings. And like, I don't know, there's like a video of PJ Harvey lighting Steve Albini's shoes on fire while he had him on his feet. So like he was like, you know, just as nutty as the rest of them.
Yeah.
But super professional, like you said, like super straightforward, like just being like, this is how it's going to work. This is what we're going to do. And he was saying that to the biggest band in the world. Like Nirvana was the biggest band in the world.
Yeah.
When he was like, if we don't get the album done in a week, then someone's fucking up. Like, yeah. Like just saying that shit, like didn't care. Like he was like, if you guys don't like my standards, then I have too much stuff. I have too much stuff going on anyways. Like that's crazy. That's so crazy. Cause like, I mean, he was a big deal, but like not a huge deal.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He was a big deal in that world.
Yeah, but it was like you're saying that to me, kind of thing,
exactly. You know what I mean? Which I'm sure they love that. I mean, that's the kind of person they were looking for.
I would say most bands need a handler like that.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
Replacements could have used that.
I bet they could have, but like the opposite of that is like a person like Steve would have been out of. He would have like sniffed them out immediately and been like, "Nah, I'm not working with you."
You guys keep do that too. You guys keep drinking right before you go on stage when not gonna work with you anymore.
Because I think I saw something of like someone asked him to produce their record, and he was like, "With all due respect, your shit sucks. I don't want to do that." Like something along the lines of that. Also, a known Steely Dan hater.
Yeah,
hated Steely Dan. We tweeted about it all the time. But yeah, just had to do that short little rest in peace in that moment.
Legend in his own right.
Huge legend, super tragic and sudden out of nowhere, and we'll obviously all miss him. But I just wanted to share it because I love that.
Yeah,
that story is so weird, and now it just has a more cherished memory.
Right, another special place.
Another special place. But we saw the Northern Lights.
Yeah, down in the low.
We saw them here.
I saw
everybody heard about it.
Bright and clear. Someone had posted a picture and I was like, is that happening right now? Like right outside my front door? And it was actually happening right outside my front door.
Yeah, it was
at my parents' house.
It was so weird because it was like, I'm sure everybody knows by now because you guys all probably saw it because I think almost everybody in the U.S. can see it. I think
everybody in the world saw it because it happened in Paris. It happened in, like, it happened in a lot of. Like,
I know people in California who saw it. Like, I don't know how far north they were whenever it happened, but but there was an electromagnetic storm.
Yeah.
In space. There was a space storm, which is coming out on
June 9th
next year. Yeah. And it was so strong that it made the Northern Lights be able to be seen as far south as I think Atlanta or Alabama or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy.
Like, something crazy. And yeah, it was weird because like I didn't know until day of, and like I couldn't find a clear answer of when it was happening.
Yeah.
And I finally found one, and it was some random ass news article in Kansas City.
Yeah, I saw one was like, on Reddit that was like 10 to 2.
Yeah, that's what I saw. 11
there were people
to 2
that were like, "Oh, you should go see it at like 3 a.m."
Right. And so
I'd seen it at like 9:40 at night, and it was bright pink.
And that was like the best time to see it. Yeah. And I wish we would have gone out then. So like I saw that. I didn't have a great vantage point of it from my house. I like saw it
Barely.
Barely, just that pink.
Yeah, right above the trees.
I saw it, like, it was pretty bright, but, like, all I could see was the pink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I couldn't see anything else.
That was all I saw was pink.
Yeah, until you put your phone up to it.
Yeah.
Until you put your flashlight up to it.
Yeah.
And then you can see the rest of it.
Then I lit a cigarette and put it out on my dog.
Put it out of my head.
Yeah.
But then we decided after I got done with working at about midnight. I guess it's like 11:30.
Yeah, it was 11:30 or something.
I picked up Gavin and his brother Sean, and we went to go somewhere out in the country to get away
about 5 minutes north
to get away from the light pollution to see it. And we couldn't see it. There was nothing.
No, there was literally nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think there was cloud cover or anything like that, but it just
still, nothing.
Yeah. Lonely as a night. That's the song that came to mind, whatever. Still as a night.
We saw tons of people out.
Yeah, there was a lot of people driving around at midnight. And I was like, are there usually this many people out?
Not out
this
there,
way?
I doubt.
It was like on a Friday night.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, we pulled up somewhere in the country and nothing.
Saw a supermoon.
We did. We saw a big old moon. You can go watch that on my TikTok or my Twitter because nobody has yet. And I thought it was pretty funny.
No one did, yeah.
I liked it. I think it was funny. But yeah, it was crazy to be able to say that I've kind of seen it.
Yeah.
In a way. Like I want to really see it, of course.
Yeah. Going to Norway.
Going to Norway.
Norway.
I'm going to go to the North Pole and meet Santa.
Yes.
But yeah, it was cool. It was crazy to see that. My brain, Gavin, has been I cannot stop thinking about the Unfrosted movie. I'm not going to talk about it
It's
anymore.
good art, right? That means it's good art.
Well, I've edited like
6 clips.
No, I think like 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 clips about it, and then I edited our thing, and so it's just been like nonstop Unfrosted stuff, and I'm so sick of it because I can't stop thinking about it.
Jerry Seinfeld was in the movie headlines this week.
He was, yeah, he was.
Because of the walkout at Duke. I think he was at Duke.
Yeah,
University.
Yeah,
was it Duke?
Yeah.
I'll double check that.
I don't even want to get into that because that's a whole other thing.
It was Duke. Yeah, it was Duke, and they walked out.
Yeah.
Babylon Bee had one good joke where they said they found out who the coordinator of that walkout was, and it was Newman.
Okay, it's not bad.
Yeah, pretty easy joke to make. The one, it wasn't a bad joke. It was an easy joke to make. So no one else was making it. So
it was very easy.
They were quick.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Fuck Jerry.
Seinfeld's gonna be in the
fuck
week.
Jerry.
Yeah. That's also a really good company you should support.
Support Fuck Jerry.
Loves Fuck Jerry.
Follow them. They definitely have never stolen multiple Off-Stars
content. Yeah.
Or
nothing.
I think they stole Doug's memes before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great people.
Yeah.
Just like Viral Hog.
Yeah.
It's another one of those.
Or Up Rocks.
Does Up Rocks do that?
I think so, yeah. Or they barely.
Surprise me.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, what's been going on with you?
Well,
personally.
Poisonally. Really not much. Went to Korean barbecue last week after the show.
Oh, I've never been.
Really?
Yeah.
That was like my 3rd time going.
Where?
This time was
Literally where?
Wudon.
What?
It's Wudon. Wudon.
I was hoping I could get a joke in there, but I couldn't find one. Keep going.
And it's really good.
Was it like how do Korean barbecue places
They bring out the dishes to you and you cook it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You cook it on a grill on your table. Yeah.
I was thinking that, but then I was getting that mixed up in my head with hibachi.
Yeah. No, it was you cook it, and they've never disappointed me. I mean, this one was a lot quicker because I think my friends wanted to leave much quicker because we didn't get the all you can eat. We didn't get like the all you can eat because there's like a $25 all you can eat Korean barbecue, and like you get to keep the leftovers and all that. And it's just like
you got to keep as much as you want.
Basic. I mean, honestly, yeah, it felt like that.
Dude,
but
we gotta.
Yeah, we gotta do that. It was it was like it was really cheap and.
Oh, my birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe a little birthday.
Yeah, a little birthday Korean barbecue.
Birthday situation. That'd be
fun.
They
were really nice, and I think the very first time I was there for like 3 hours. It felt fucking forever.
Damn.
Definitely. It still makes your clothes kind of smell, just like
that's
what I would expect. but that's something that people notice whenever you go to those. But yeah, and then played a lot of Fallout and MLB The Show. That was all I've done. I've just been chilling, not really even doing anything important or anything, but just kind of relaxing and enjoying my time, so I don't have to worry about things right now.
Yeah, dude, taking your time off.
Yeah, pretty seriously.
Yeah, I wish that was me.
I thought I had played the DLC for Fallout, Far Harbor.
What's that?
It's a DLC.
On which Fallout? Because I was going to ask you.
Fallout 4.
There's not a new Fallout game.
No,
so what have you been playing?
Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Just been playing that one.
What do you? Because in my head, every time I think of Fallout, I think of it just as a story mode game. So what do you do after you beat the game?
Free mode, you get to do whatever you want. You get to walk around the map.
Like a GTA kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a GTA, but like you discover settlements. In Fallout 4, you discover settlements and help them out, and then you get to build stuff at those settlements.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to collect. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, it is, and you have to like go collect stuff to build the stuff. And
okay.
Yeah, you like go to these places and get aluminum and like tin and steel, and gears and screws and everything else with it. So
okay, I get it then.
Yeah. You were fascinated. You were completely blown away by whenever I pull it up on Discord. I was screaming, and you're like, "What game is this?"
Yeah, dude, I must have been real. I was like half asleep at that point, and you kept bringing that up, and I was like, I honestly don't remember saying that.
Yeah, you were like,
I don't even remember.
You sounded like pissed off that I started playing a different game, and I'm like, sorry, it's not Fortnite.
I wonder what it was. I wonder what I was seeing. I don't.
It was
a
giant green med. I had to fight the super mutants, but yeah.
I have no recollection.
Yeah,
of this
it's okay. It's all right. That happened though, and Mother's Day was this Sunday.
Mother.
Mother.
I celebrated today early.
Yeah, we celebrated it on the day, and didn't really do anything super duper special, but hung out with the fam.
Yeah, that's what we did. Just had me and my brothers. We all cooked dinner. I made my world famous risotto.
World famous risotto.
I did saffron risotto. I bought my mom. I was gonna get her flowers because I literally went to the grocery store an hour before I had to start cooking, and I was like, I got her some candy to gift her, and then I was like, oh, I should get her flowers, and then I noticed, bing, out of the corner of my eye, this special little treat that I had just watched a video about, and it was a pink pineapple from Del Monte, the fruit company. They make a pink pineapple that's like, I think
pink lemonade flavored.
It's supposed to be crossed with a strawberry or something. And it was $10 for one of these pineapples.
Jesus Christ.
I think it's called like a pink glow pineapple. So I was like, well, fuck flowers. I want to get that.
Yeah.
Because that's fun.
Yeah.
And so I did, and we tried that, and it just tasted like a sweet pineapple.
Sweet watermelon. It tastes like a watermelon coming out of a fucking pineapple.
It was good, but it was like, I don't know. I'm still glad I got that over flowers, because everybody else got her flowers, and I didn't even know. It was good. Got to see my grandma. Good chilling time, bro. Good chilling time. So let's talk about the Timberwolves Brazil Twitter account.
Yeah.
Because
last year, this made a lot of waves at the beginning of this season. It was actually this season, which is even crazier. It felt like forever ago.
Yeah. So catch the people up if they don't know who that was.
So basically, it was this sincerely a Brazilian Twitter account of a fan of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he posted lewd videos of people in furry outfits fucking or sucking or
vor stuff of a big wolf swallowing another wolf.
One wolf like going in and out of another wolf with his mouth. It was insane. And he also posted like just like weird furry things people do, and even just weird things people were doing, and he would post it after every Timberwolves win, because the Timberwolves were winning a lot, and they still won a lot. But around January, this is from, I don't even know, NSAS, I don't know, Adult Swim, I don't know. This is fucking, I don't know. This is from that account, from Paul Rutter.
I love his movies.
But yeah, it was just a fan, and it went down in around January, and to no explanation, everybody thought he had gotten banned.
I didn't know this.
Or that he like got suspended for the content he was posting, because it was quite lewd.
Yeah,
none of it was illegal per se, but it was just lewd, and it was just a lot to look at, and people. It was easily reportable.
Yeah, but like other NBA accounts were like tweeting about it and acknowledging
like, what the fuck? And even the Timberwolves account just like posted like a shocked face to it. They're like, they just like mouth open, mouth agape.
Yeah, which is great. And I mean, like that, then it's obviously not lewd enough to get banned.
Yeah, exactly. It was just kind of like a shock factor kind of thing. But it just disappeared all of a sudden. And January 12th, it just stopped working. And whenever you tried to go to it, it just would say something was wrong, blah, blah, blah. So it turns out that the account was suspended after causing personal conflict in the Twitter owner's family. He said, I made the account for Timberwolves fans in Brazil, but that was always my goal. Whenever he told Rolling Stone back in December. It started 2 years ago when I had the idea to post a wolf video whenever the Timberwolves won. My followers liked it, and I decided to increase the possibilities of wolf videos. And some videos I found on the internet, others my followers send to me. I decide which one to post basically on Victory Day. I only look for funny videos with wolves in them. Just that. I always thought they were funny wolf videos. I had no idea there was a community or fetishes about this. Timberwolves wins are my fetish, my only fetish. He explained at the time. So yeah, they just disappeared. I think there was, people on Timberwolves Twitter always, we'll say speculate about what possibly happened. There's rumors that like he cheated on his wife and his wife made him deleted, or there's all types of different things. Like, he got caught, posting weird porn, and someone just. Like his job, he had to delete it for his job or, whatever.
That's funny that he didn't even know it was a fetish.
No, yeah. I mean, truly. I
wonder how true that is, though.
Just seemed like an eccentric Brazilian guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, then the Timberwolves posted recently on May 8th. But this NBA account called Playoff Paint, they make like really funny NBA videos of Microsoft Paint, basically.
Oh, that's fun.
They made some jerseys for the G League affiliates in the NBA. Pretty interesting guy. He's got a lot of stuff going on, but it was after the Timberwolves' big win. I think that was when it was like the huge blowout win against Denver that they posted this. But they said, "Gone but not forgotten. Retweet and fall for a chance to win one of one jersey." And it's Timberwolves Brazil 24.
Yeah,
which is really funny. And I retweeted because I was like, I would like to have this Timberwolves Brazil Twitter jersey.
Well, and that's how I found out about this. I think I started following him even though I'm not a Timberwolves fan. And then I didn't know about any of this, and then I saw you retweet that, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I thought he died. I thought something bad happened, but
no, it's just account just went under, I guess.
It sucks. It's stupid.
Under new management.
I hate that.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened.
Well, we're out here, Timberwolves Brazil. As a not Timberwolves fan, I support you, and we want you back.
Yeah, we need you back.
You made the world a better place.
You should come back on Twitter at least a little bit.
You should, dude. Just
come on down.
Just come on. Just do it. Okay.
So Carson, this is where you come in.
Oh boy.
So I've seen this clip a couple times. It surfaced on my side of the internet, we'll say, a couple times, and it's just been widely panned. Tell me a little bit about this.
This was.
What's your opinion?
Quite shocking to me, if I'm being completely honest. I was watching something late one night, literally right where you're sitting, probably about to nosh.
I was in the lab late one night.
And I heard such a terrible fright. Hey, did that mash? I was thinking about that video he took of me where I was doing my Monster Mash dance. It's one of my favorites. But anyway, so I was sitting right where you are, probably about to absolutely go
full veg
ape shit on some Taco Bell, if I had to guess. Maybe a pizza, who knows. And all of a sudden, this YouTube ad comes up, and it's like, counting down to skip, and I'm edging the skip button as I tend to do. Sometimes I do it a little prematurely, and I pause it, and then I start yelling because I'm mad that I have to click 2 buttons now to skip it. And this fucking ad comes up for this Daily Wire cartoon.
Right.
And so we're going to watch it right now. Gavin has already seen it, which I didn't know until he got here today. And I would like to officially announce this is the first time anybody's ever done this. I'm just saying that. we're going to attempt to do the try to laugh challenge.
Okay.
Okay, you've heard of the try not to laugh challenge. You watch something, you try not to laugh. This is going to be the try to laugh challenge. We're going to watch this whole ad. The whole time we're going to try to see if something will make us laugh. Okay. It has to be genuine.
Or even smile.
Yeah. Okay, we can say smile, but mostly the laugh is like the main thing. The laugh is what will count. We'll
keep a tally.
If we don't laugh, then we lose.
Then we lose.
But if we laugh, then we
win.
Then we win.
Yeah.
So this is the try to laugh challenge. And this is the ad for the Daily Wire cartoon called Mr. Birchum from Adam Carolla. So watch this if you haven't already. And I'm sorry.
Just tell me what you need.
Jump into the first one.
Rolling, speed, action.
Sawbuck's looking a little chubby-wubby, so I bought him some new food. It's organic and vegan.
Dogs are supposed to eat meat. They're descendants of wolves. You ever see a vegan wolf on the Nature Channel?
I'm a vegan.
Coffee is for closers, ladies. Listen up!
Hey, don't make this a prison hug.
I'm a heteronormative, cisgendered white male.
For which I apologize.
I'm black, and that used to be enough, but I'm also bilingual, and I'm non-binary.
We're the Army. We drink more before 9 a.m. than you Navy pukes do all day.
He rubbed all the fur off his emotional support ferret. The damn thing looked like a four-legged penis.
Charity and work. Two words that should never go together. Like women and opinions.
I want a burly man. They're salty and make me dizzy.
Sorry, just need to find a thingy to fix my gaming chair.
When I was on the construction site, my chair was a 5-gallon bucket. It was also my toilet.
Hey, I'm done. I'm going back to bed. Thanks a lot.
Shit, I think we lost.
Damn it.
God damn it. I tried so hard to laugh.
I saw a different clip, but it was a lot more of the jokes that were supposed to be funny. I mean, the jokes.
Oh, really? That's the one I've been seeing. So I have been so it came up that one night when I was in a vegetative state. And this is the first, well, not the first time. Actually, I was going to say this is the first time I've ever watched a YouTube ad all the way through, but that's not true. I did it with that one weird, we did that with that one weird dog video.
That was a good one. That was actually the one good ad I've ever seen.
The first one, this is so funny. The first one I ever watched all the way through, and it was a long ad, was, oh, fuck, what's his name? Oh, no, I just had it. The Here in My Garage, Ty Lopez.
Right.
The Here in My Garage video. The first time I'd ever seen it, I think it was literally like that day is when the ad started coming out. Because it was like late one night and it came up and I was in a terrible fright. And I was like, whoa, what is this? I was like,
Here in My Garage.
Like, 13 or whatever.
Yeah, like 2014.
I watched the whole thing and by the end of it, I was like, oh, I think it was funny because it was like the first time I was like, okay, this guy's saying he's not selling anything. And then by the end of it, he's like, okay, if you sign up for my program.
Yeah.
Because the whole time he's talking about, he's like, this isn't trying to sell you something or whatever. But yeah. And then since then I've been nonstop getting this ad over and over and over again. And I watched it all the way through because I was shocked to see all of like half of the people I'm like, either I liked or at least had respect for, and the other half are like the most detestable, disgusting people on the internet. We'll get into the fact that it's on the fucking Daily Wire channel in a minute. Daily Wire Plus. Have you subscribed yet? Do they have an app for that on the Roku? Because I was just like, what? I was like, what the fuck is going on? It was crazy. Because
I think this is the same animation company as Brickleberry. It reminds me a lot.
Brickleberry?
That was Brickleberry. It was another like like South Park video type. Okay. South Park type, but it looked like this, and it was on Comedy Central.
I mean, to be honest, it looks like every fucking
adult
like American Dad. It looks like everything.
There's a couple shows on Netflix I think that were animated by this too. It's just very similarly animated.
Yeah, it's like a Big Mouth.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
which I'm a huge fan of.
Right.
So we'll just go down some of the cast.
Rob Riggle, is that on there?
Yeah, Rob Riggle's on there, who I don't know much about, but I
thought he
had
was,
respect for.
yeah.
I thought he was fine. Definitely has changed now.
Evidently.
Adam Carolla, I think he's a big shitbag. I've never given a fuck
He's
about
always
him.
been a name I've always heard, but I don't know who he is.
Yeah, I think he did some shitty things
Probably
at some point.
Got canceled for it.
Which is
now
why
he's
he
Republican.
why he had to go to the Daily Wire. When I almost paused it and then I was like, chill out, buddy, was when Brett Cooper came up, who is the female version of Ben Shapiro.
Oh, really?
You don't know about her?
No.
Oh, man. This will be really funny. So she's like one of the youngest hosts on the Daily Wire. And it's so funny because she looks exactly like Ben Shapiro.
Oh, dude, what?
They're not related, Gavin. Ben Shapiro does have a sister.
No, I know that. She's got...
This is... Don't say it. I know. I had the same thought. She looks exactly like him.
Yeah, they
right?
They
like, am I
just...
crazy?
Yeah,
like, am
no,
I
they
crazy?
Did. Yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird. So she's in it. Then she's disgusting.
Roseanne Barr's in it. She's
Roseanne
cool.
Barr, and the part I almost laughed at was realizing that Roseanne Barr looks like a chipmunk with those
big old cheeks,
sacks of skin.
Yeah,
because she lost all that weight. Shout out.
I didn't know that.
Her.
I didn't realize like just how bad she. Well, because like, didn't she? She like took like a huge hiatus from television and stuff like
and
that.
Then
she came
a
back.
Comedy special.
She released no. She like took a big one and then she got like a hiatus and then got back on like NBC or ABC or one of those with the Roseanne show or whatever it is.
And then she had a whole moment.
Then she had a whole moment on Twitter where she like melted down and said she was on Ambien.
Yeah, and then screamed about, I thought that bitch was white.
Yeah, something like that. And then got canceled for it because she said something really racist or something like that. Like probably called Michelle Obama a man or something.
It was
something like that.
It's not worth trying to figure out.
And it's just it's so odd to me because I always thought of her as just like this short, portly woman with brown hair.
Yeah, but then Gavin, you're missing her amazing comedy special that came out last year.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was last year.
I'm pretty sure.
God.
My pronouns are kiss my ass.
Yeah. Oh God.
Where
I
she's
heard that promo so many times.
Where that geriatric woman standing still on stage.
Yeah. Oh God, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that played so many times during like football games and at baseball games and any sporting event. They would play some kind of ad, or it always would come up for Hulu or Netflix or whatever.
And it
literally
was
like
stupid.
Planet
terrible.
Planet Dipshit is the planet she lives on.
Yep. Amen, brother. Dude, that was a burn.
I know.
That was a fucking
Got her.
burn, dude. Megyn Kelly, who was a host on Fox News.
Is she disgraced from Fox? I didn't know she ever left.
She did, yeah. And then she's not. I don't think she's on the Daily Wire. She's on something else.
She's got like her own show. It's
she
like
left
the Megyn
in
Kelly
2017.
show, right?
Yeah, she left in 2017 from Fox.
She doing like a YouTube show? That might just be it.
No, it's something.
Nah,
it's
whatever.
On some, yeah, it's not. You're right. It's not worth it, is it?
No, it's not.
On
Not for
some
these people.
Network. Oh, apparently Matt Walsh is in it. That's great.
Matt Walsh, also known piece of shit.
Yeah, and not mentioned on here, Candace Owens is also in it.
Really?
Other known piece of shit. I mean, Brett Cooper's also a piece of shit.
It's odd that she's on that because she got kicked out of Daily Wire. Didn't she recently?
Right. Maybe that's why she's not on here.
Or maybe she was originally on there and then got kicked off, so they just wrote her character out really quick.
Yeah, because I saw it listed somewhere else. That she was
I
in
have seen that she was on that. Candace Parker, a WNBA player.
Where is the fuck? I can't think of his name.
Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle is
Joe Swanson from Family Guy.
Yeah. Is that? I'm getting it mixed up with someone else.
Oh,
then.
no, it's not. Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, Patrick Warburton is who I'm thinking of. He's another guy that I was like, oh,
Is that Patrick Warburton on there?
No, I'm confused. I don't know why. That's also, I'm not seeing like a bunch of people I read earlier. Yeah, Patrick Warburton's on here now.
Yeah.
And then, Fatima Talia, really? That's another comedian. Yeah, I was trying to see if anybody else in Candace.
I guess these people
not showing up on here.
The one thing people will probably say is that, oh, well, they have a voice acting job and you don't. That'd probably be it.
Right. And one last
work is work.
One last person before we break it down even more real quick is, I thought that said someone else's name, is Kyle Dunnigan. So Kyle Dunnigan, I wouldn't say, I mean, I'm not speaking for anybody here. This is just my personal opinion, but I literally just last week and the week before, like, gave him the pass on Unfrosted because I was like, you know, I was like, oh, no, he's funny on it. Like, you know, he just called in the office hours as Bill Maher. So he hasn't called in as himself. He did a bit.
He sounded just like Bill Maher, though. Like, it was really hard.
He's great.
It was really hard to tell the difference between him or an AI or Bill Maher himself.
And he does great impressions. And I don't know a ton about him. Honestly, I had heard his name, but I didn't know much about him before he called in and did that. But then I looked into his stuff and I was like, oh, this guy's funny. And so it's just so, I mean, like, that's with all these people. It's just like, it's so disappointing that they're associating with this terrible fucking people.
The other thing is that they were running it on Twitter as like this was being passed out by all these other major networks like Comedy Central and
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, and that was the thing, is that it's like, yeah, this is really bad. But
yeah,
I think in terms of that, maybe they were on before that whenever they were trying to pitch the show, and then now it's like, oh, now it's Daily Wire. Maybe they start coming off.
Yeah, I wondered that, but then I saw a post on Kyle Dunnigan's
personal Instagram
saying that this is maybe his favorite character he's ever done, and he's so happy and like thankful that they had him on this show. And I'm like,
I would not want to be associated with Roseanne Barr.
I wouldn't want to be associated with the Daily Wire. It's disgusting. And then you have fuck Roseanne Barr, Matt Walsh, Candace Owens, all of these fucking horrible shitbags who, like, Matt Walsh like owns the Daily Wire.
I'm surprised Steven Crowder isn't on this.
Well, no, because he's not. He passed up that. He burned the bridge real bad.
So badly, in fact, that they didn't hire him for this shitty show.
Well,
that's crazy.
Of course not. Well, Ben Shapiro's not even in it, surprisingly. But yeah, it was just like...
what character would he play other than himself?
That is true.
He did change his profile picture on Twitter to what's his name of this show? This animation style. He changed it to that profile picture. What's it called? Mr. Birchum.
Yeah.
He just made it look like it's like a cartoonized version of him.
Of Ben?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he is in it then.
He's gotta be. He's probably just like a guest person. You know, it's like,
yes, have to get me in the show.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the rules. If you want to make the show, you got to get me in it. Okay.
Well, that's the thing, is that it's like, well, what character would he play? Because he would just play himself, because he's just an annoying little shit.
He would play the annoying little shit.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm only going to do it if I can play Brett Cooper's older brother.
Yep.
And we both look the same.
And that's the only way I would ever do it.
That's the only way I'd ever do it. Okay.
So, hypothetically, let's say
I
was on the show. Mr. Birchum.
Let's just say I was a star of Mr. Birchum.
And I was, say, a character on that show for a couple seasons.
And let's just say that character makes the #1 song on iTunes.
But yeah, it's just sad to me that, like, you know, some of these people that I had respect for are associating with this and seem to be like stoked about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows true colors. Also, Danny
Elfman.
Danny, what's his name? Fuck. I want to say another name, but I think I'm thinking of the wrong name. He's also, for whatever reason, not showing up on this list for some reason. Yeah, Danny Trejo. That is who I'm thinking of. Danny Trejo, Machete.
Yeah.
Another person I respected, seemed like a well-to-do guy, also associated with this. Now, here's where someone like him, I might give this pass to. Someone also like maybe Rob. Well, I could see Rob Riggle and what's the other guy's name?
Patrick
Warburton. Maybe being Republican. I don't know anything about their personal beliefs. I just look at them and go like, I've seen plenty of you in Missouri.
They're both pretty stereotypical, like
white
big white guys. Yeah, who like go to the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
That's that phenotype.
Yeah, and so here's my thing.
They also play very similar characters in every show that they have ever seen.
That's why I keep getting them mixed up.
They're very, 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 very similar people.
And they only kind of look alike.
Yeah.
They like kind of do,
they're
but
both
not
like tan
enough.
guys with like gray black hair.
But they don't look like enough for me to be getting them mixed up. It's just the fact that I keep thinking they play the same people. But so I pondered this for a while because I was kind of upset by this.
Yeah, it's very like
the low brow thing.
Kinda.
I mean,
Like maybe not without. Maybe we'll do without like Patrick Warburton without a mustache. But like look at these two. Like those are just a little different.
Yeah, there's something about them that they do look alike, but I can't figure out what it is.
It would be like if a company released the same cereal but two different brands.
Right, exactly. That's what it feels like. But yeah, so I was thinking about this for a while, and I was like, because you know, there is probably a ton of famous people, or just a ton of famous people who maybe you and I would have respect for, like or whatever, that are Republican or are conservative, and and it's like whatever, it's fine as long as they're not spewing hateful shit online and like or wherever. It's you know, we have to live with these people. We have to. There's a certain extent to like, if they're not being pieces of shit outwardly and they're respectful human beings, even though, you know, how respectful can you be if you believe in some of the crazy shit that Republicans and conservatives do? But still, knowing that, we still have to live with these people. Or that we might be
more similar to them than what they would show outwardly, or you know, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like,
so like we can't.
I'm not going to completely write off Patrick Warburton or Rob Riggle. I would completely write off Roseanne Barr and Matt Walsh and that. But
well, and I'm not even going to that extent. I just mean the extent of like, I mean that too, but also like I don't want to come across as like the person who sees something about someone associating with something and being like, oh, they're Republican, fuck them.
Yeah,
because it's like, well, I know plenty of people really, really close to me who probably have those beliefs.
Yeah,
and I don't go, well, fuck them, I'm never talking to them again. So it's like, you know, we have to just accept that they live in the world with us. And, you know, I love those people for other reasons than just that.
Right.
So like, I don't want to come across as like the person who's like, nobody can have different beliefs than I do. Like, no way. That being said, though, there is a difference between having different beliefs as, you know, and as being, there's a difference between being a Republican / conservative, which, you know, you don't have to have respect for those people because of their beliefs, but because they're people, whether what they believe is insane or not, because it probably is. And there's a certain extent where you don't have to have respect for them as a person, like Roseanne Barr, for example. But there's a difference between that and being associated with a disgusting ass company like the Daily Wire.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, I have no respect for you as a person if you can actively associate yourself with the Daily Wire. I don't care if it's a cartoon. I don't care. You can come up with every fucking excuse in the world.
Right.
Well, it's a cartoon. Well, it's work. Well, it's this. Well, it's that. It's on the Daily Wire.
If it were,
I don't even care if it was sold
like
after
Fox
the
News.
fact.
What if it was on like Fox News? I'm just curious.
If Fox News was producing it?
Yeah. And it was on Fox. It's like producing on Fox News.
I wouldn't have the
like,
same feelings as I do about the Daily Wire.
Or like the what's the American News Network or the on
OAN?
Yeah.
Yeah, then it would probably be the same. But specifically the Daily Wire is like the nastiest of them all. But it's just a nasty company with disgusting people, and you can't. You're showing your true colors by associating with them. And what I was gonna say about like Danny Trejo and maybe Rob Riggle, but mostly Danny Trejo, is like, part of me was like, I thought about if I could would I be able to give them the pass because maybe they have no idea what the Daily Wire is because they're not people who are on the internet all the time.
That's very true. Didn't think about that
Possibly either. I could, because I'm sure like if I went to my parents and asked them, do you know what the Daily Wire is?
Or do you know Matt Walsh?
Yeah, do you know Matt Walsh? Do you know what the Daily Wire is? I would guarantee they would probably say no.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Really have to be pretty online to find it.
Right. But if you didn't know and you find out, you should probably fire whoever got you that job, because people should look like,
because I mean they're literally using his name to promote this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be so quick, a quick Google search, and you would figure out everything about this company.
And it also immediately draws a red line, or draws a line from, say, Danny Trejo to alt-right. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a straight line. There's no like, oh, well, he's connected to this person. He's connected to this. It's literally like, he worked on this show, which is on this.
100%.
Straight line there.
100%. And then, yeah, and a straight line to a lot of other crazy shit, like Ben Shapiro's absolutely insane takes on what's going on in the Middle East. Which is
correct, yeah.
It's absolutely like the worst shit you can say. He's spewing.
He's got it.
Which is why Candace Owens got fired because of that, because of what she said about it. Funny enough. That's showing the slightest support towards Gaza.
That's insane.
Was what got her fired, pretty much. Yeah, so just that's what these people are associating with, and that immediately makes me go, I lost quite a bit of respect for you for doing that, which sucks because it's like, I thought these people were respectable humans, and then they're associating with this garbage for
a channel that spews more hate than anything.
Exactly.
I mean, it's literally just a hate channel.
Yeah.
Or propaganda hate.
100%. And it's like, and just getting back to this ad, just in general,
you're just like, mad because they represented you and they're making fun of you for being a cis het man.
Well, and I thought, that's why. Why they had a guy who the character's going to be a closeted gay person. Is literally like what they said the character was right off the bat.
And that's been the problem with South Park, is that there's a very like gray area and like what way they quote unquote lean.
Yeah.
But like that was the thing, is that some people think that they are on their side whenever they're supposed to be directly making fun of them, and that's on both sides. I've seen both of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's no middle line to walk with this show.
No.
This is just going to be making fun of liberals for a show, which is. I mean,
do it. I mean,
go ahead, but
do that. Please do that. South Park, anybody do that, because I love making fun of liberals. Right. I love making fun of anybody and everybody. Like I do it all the time. I was with somebody who very much leans to the left, and we were in a coffee shop together, and I forgot how the joke went, and it's not even funny out of context, but I like made a joke about like, I hope the coffee's free range or something. Hope
it's non-GMO.
I was like, I hope they ethically source that coffee. And it's like, of course I actually hope they do, but it's like, I hate when people say that.
I actually genuinely want that.
Yeah, or like just actually like, I don't know, whatever. I don't even want
to
get into
that's
it. But yeah, of course, make jokes about that, but make them funny.
Right. No, that's the thing, is that it's like that. I think they are a lot of just making fun of people, and they think that's just funny enough.
Yeah.
There's not any type of nuance with these jokes. It's literally just being like, look, that person's gay.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's funny because they're gay. No other reason. And he talks with a silly voice too, which is funny.
Right.
Because he talks with a silly voice.
And like every joke they put in that ad, first of all, my gut feeling is that, because they tried to, if you weren't watching the ad, if you're just listening on audio, they tried to make this ad look like they were filming these people doing their VO lines for the show.
Right.
Which, first of all, you don't film people doing VO lines for a show unless you're doing it for something like this, which leads me to believe that they gave them random ass lines to be like, read this. It's the most like this is the most like,
it's supposed to be
attention
a gag reel.
grabby thing,
right?
That we can put in this ad. Like I doubt. I wonder if half of that stuff they said is even in the show. Like I feel like it's just random made up line. Because like the guy, I'm gonna say the black guy because I don't know his name and I apologize. Alonzo Bowden, who I have no idea who that is. Literally being like, I'm black and that used to be enough, but now I'm. Here, we can hear what he says.
Black, and that used to be enough, but I'm also bilingual and I'm non-binary. Where they are?
Like what? We're supposed to believe that that's a line someone in the show is just gonna randomly say to somebody.
Yeah, I think that's
that's just stupid. Like that's just dumb. When in a conversation would that be a funny joke?
And also, I'm just curious to know like what a full episode of this looks like, because is the first episode just going to be introducing people like that?
Exactly.
That's what I mean. Like,
this is what all of this feels like. It feels like they're doing intros, and it's like you don't do that in a show. You don't have to introduce yourself. You're supposed to learn as you go.
You don't have to tell everything about the character right off the bat. You can just add on to the list of. I mean, no joke, Family Guy did it best, where they just kind of didn't explain anything about any of these fucking characters and just started letting them devolve into whatever characters they end up playing.
Exactly.
Like Quagmire. Quagmire didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
And we talked about it last week or a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
You read his Wikipedia article and it's like, what the fuck is any of this?
I'm Quagmire and I'm a rapist and
I have two children. I have 2 children from 3 different wives, and my mom is actually my dad. It's just like
I was in the Navy.
Yeah. What?
That was part of the lore.
That was, but I'm saying that.
Not only is that, sorry to interrupt you, not only is that, there's 2 people in this ad that are introducing themselves. This one who says, I'm a heteronormative cisgender white male. Like, why is he saying what he is? It's just,
are we in like an Alcoholics Anonymous kind of thing where
it's just I mean, fire whoever made this advertisement too.
Animated one that they have running right now too is just as bad. Yeah, it's a fully animated one, and it's just as bad where it's just it's just a reel that's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be like a gag reel of all the funniest jokes in the show, right? Because you're supposed to be enticed to watch it.
Which
and it's just not funny. And it's just like, it's one thing to do all these things, right?
Yeah.
To make fun of them or, that's fine. Parody, right? Do it. Make fun of these people.
Right.
But be funny.
Yeah.
That's like, I could make a joke about that and, I'll try to be funny about it, but I'm not going to make a gag reel of the least funniest intro shit I've ever seen.
Well, because they're not trying to be funny in this. They're trying to they're trying to
Shock
literally
reel.
do it. Well, they're trying to rage bait, stupid libtards, pardon my French.
Damn it, dude, they got me.
Into getting mad about what they said in it. But I don't give a shit what you said. What you said in it sucked.
Well, not
it's
only
just
that,
not
but it's just
funny.
I think that it's honestly that's just how some people communicate too. Is some people just say, I'm a heteronormative cisgendered white male.
Yeah.
You could say that about a lot of people and no one's going to think that that's funny or outrageous. That's just a normal person.
But this is it's targeted to rage bait people, but it's also targeted to the far right or just right Republicans who are
no pronouns.
Think that this shit
is
actually
ridiculous.
Is ridiculous because it apparently happens all the time in their world.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's who they're targeting it towards. And it's literally every single line is let's rage bait the libs. This one's about vegan dog food. This one, I don't even remember what it was about.
I don't coffee for closers. What does that mean? I'm not kidding. This is not supposed. I'm not trying to get upset at it, but what the fuck does that mean?
Right. This one's about emotional support ferret. So they're making fun of therapy, women having opinions, gamers, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just every single one of these things is just let's see if we can piss off the libs.
Honestly, the funniest joke in here is that he used I guess this is maybe supposed to be a joke for construction workers. I don't know that his chair used to be a 5-gallon bucket. And that was actually a toilet.
Toilet too.
What?
I don't know. Poop potty humor, Gavin. Come on.
Well, you got to get the lowest common denominator here.
I'm trying to read. I keep trying to read this comment. When I'm in a being unfunny and unoriginal contest, and my opponent is the Daily Wire. Okay, that's pretty funny. A lot of these are this is actually a pretty stacked cast.
It is.
It is. I mean, it is.
It's a stacked cast, but there's no one funny there. They haven't said one funny joke.
I love that the Daily Wire is getting into the animation industry.
Said no one ever?
Apparently 547 people like that.
Wow.
I don't even think it's possible to not watch. Cast is actually unbelievable. It is. I mean,
it is an unbelievable cast.
They're not wrong.
You collected the most expensive people in Hollywood to voice act.
This
probably not. Roseanne Barr is probably
right.
$100 an hour.
Yeah, she's on Fiverr. This comment got 900 likes. This looks like a genuine threat. I say 10 years and DW is the new unapologetically unwoke Disney. That's the audience, Gavin.
That's unironically they posted that?
Yeah.
That's something I could post.
900 likes.
God, it would be so easy to be a conservative talking head.
Super.
So easy.
Well, look at fucking, what's our guy that we found the other week and we got duped by the Twitter account?
Oh, yeah, Gary Peterson.
Yeah, Gary Peterson. He's doing it.
It's so easy.
It's so easy. When you get a chance,
No.
Okay. No, I can grab it. Okay, well, now I'm just reading. Oh, wait, what did this Candace Owens one say? Am I crazy or was Candace Owens in this show and trailer and they removed her from the trailer recently?
Did they find that out?
Yeah, 25 likes. Yup. Yeah, apparently her skin color is too woke for the show. What the fuck?
Wow, that's a crazy comment.
What does that mean? Decided to check, and yeah, between Trejo and whoever is doing the woke caricature guy used to be Candace Owens' character. Which woke caricature? They're all woke caricatures.
I think isn't that basically the show? Is that it's just a character? It's just a woke caricature show.
It's crazy that YouTube Comments has edited X days ago when someone edits their YouTube posts, but there's no indication anywhere that the video itself was edited post-release.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Mandela effect. Bro, what? She got fired from the Daily Wire? That's why. What? Okay, I can't keep reading this. But so there you have it.
I said you said it's one thing to be conservative Republican and another thing to be involved with the Daily Wire, but I said and not be funny.
Yeah, exactly. And like Gavin and I have said, and we'll say it again, some of these people are genuinely very funny and have been funny in shows.
Yeah.
And the Daily Wire is doing a real bad job of showing them as actually being funny.
I think
so far. I haven't seen the show.
It would be a little bit different if they had like more like world-renowned voice. I mean, other than like Patrick Warburton and Rob Riggle, right?
Yeah.
But they had like different, like if I were to say, pick out like 3 voice actors, it'd be different if like Tom Kenny was on it, SpongeBob, or if they, you know what I mean? Like it'd be different.
In what way?
Different in that like they like it would feel a lot more like they were trying to be funny if they had like actual funny voice actors. If they even had like one of the South Park guys or, you know, just something like that where it's like, are you trying to be funny or are you just trying to be like the rage bait that they made? You know what I mean?
Because I guess
because it doesn't seem like they're trying to be funny with it. They're just voice actors.
Right. Because like Patrick Warburton, who also, speaking of Seinfeld, was a big character in Seinfeld.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was one of Elaine's boyfriends during the time.
Yeah.
For like, I think a whole season even. And like, he kind of like, as an actor, he kind of played the like, the dry humor character.
Right.
Like he just did his voice and like kind of said things. And it was funny. He like wasn't like necessarily trying to be funny.
Wasn't even trying to be funny.
It was just like he just came off as funny because he talks like that.
Right.
And just because he looks a certain way. Like he's funny without really trying.
Right.
And that's why he doesn't really play well here, is because he's not doing that. He's apparently in a VO booth doing line reads.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I just think that I don't think they showed enough effort on this.
I'd love to know who wrote this show.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, who's the writer for this? Because, or like, what's the panel of writers here? Because genuinely, none of this is funny, and not just because they poked fun at like trans people or whatever or gay people,
right?
But it's like what?
Well, Adam Carolla is a writing credit. Also, Brian Kavanaugh. Is that like one of the
Byron?
Byron, excuse me. I don't know if that's related to any of the Kavanaughs. Nate Adams says developed by Nate Adams. Never heard of any of those things before.
Nope.
Adam Carolla, who we know. Mark Hoffmeyer. Reboot I've heard of. Old shows, Jesus Christ.
Oh, he was on the Spider-Man animated series. I watched
a writer on the show.
Well, I know, but I mean, I like that show. That was a good show as a kid.
These are all writing credits. This guy's like Adam Carolla, special guy, Mike Lynch.
And this is the other thing. This is the last thing I wanted to say about it. They're going to think that the reason they're getting review bombed is because they're making fun of these people, or that the left is trying to cancel them, right?
Right.
When in reality, it's just that they're just not funny. It's just bad writing. It's bad show. It's a bad everything about it. I think it said it had a 5.1 on IMDb.
Yeah, that doesn't 190 people have reviewed it. And that doesn't surprise me like that.
They're going to say people are trying to cancel the show because of just how unwoke it is.
Yeah, but look, and it has a 5.1.
Exactly. I mean? It's just a bad show.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem funny. I don't even know how I
That's the animated one that they were rolling with. That was the one I watched.
In the wood shop. Fish it out after class.
I think I did watch this one. I really don't want to watch more of this. Yeah, I mean, I won't watch it because I would have to get the Daily Wire Plus as far as I know of, unless there's a free episode. But also just to, put my bias out there even more, if it wasn't even, if I needed even another bias, I hate adult cartoons. I don't like them at all. I think they were like funny
adult
when we were
cartoon,
younger.
I take it back. I watched 2. Bob's Burgers and BoJack Horseman are the 2 adult cartoons I've watched.
Sure.
And BoJack Horseman had some of the best writing I've ever watched.
Yeah. And I'm sure there is stuff in it that I'm sure there's something in Rick and Morty that would make me laugh.
Oh, I mean Rick and Morty too. I watched that a lot too.
Like, it's just not my thing. I just don't. It's just I feel gross watching it. Like I don't know. I just like not gross as like I'm an adult watching a cartoon, but like they're just not fun for me to watch. I just don't like them. So that's another reason I won't watch this because I'm not even gonna watch. I would have. There's so many adult. It's like an anime. It's like you have to watch all these others before you watch this piece of shit. So I won't. I'm no interest in watching this. I'm not going to support the Daily Wire, just so I can.
Someone's going to have it pirated.
Just so I can be proven wrong.
Someone's going to have it pirated. I'll watch it.
You watch it. I watched Unfrosted. You have to watch that.
No, I'm saying because it's like I don't know. Maybe this is also just a last thing. Is that am I watching this with the hate that I normally would if I'm watching a show? Yeah. Am I watching with like that criticism eye? Or am I watching it like actual genuinely hate watching it and I just don't want to laugh? Like I don't want to laugh at this. Like stick my nose up at it.
I think I watched Unfrosted with an open mind at first and that was pretty quickly changed.
Yeah. Those clips you showed me last week of the movie, I was like, wow, this is incredibly bad.
Yeah, it's
even just from those scenes.
It's not good.
And you were right. It was funnier without sound.
It truly was.
You just describing them to me were funnier than watching it with sound.
But it's funny because it was such an insane thing to think about.
Yeah.
Not to
Off
see.
the wall.
Then you watch it and you're like,
that's
not what I pictured. So yeah, I mean, whatever. Fuck the Daily Wire. Fuck the
If you put this into a vacuum, I don't even think it would be funny. If you were to completely take away any and all political. Even if you were to make it Daily Wire, if you were to put it on Comedy Central, this would still be panned.
Yeah, exactly. And
Adult Swim even would have been panned.
Yep. I mean, there's a reason they went to the Daily Wire, scraping the bottom of the barrel to find someone to prop up their stupid show. That sucks. Anyways, moving on from that, whatever. It sucks. It's dumb.
Maybe next time they'll get a good one.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next show they put out that's not Mr. Birchum. Maybe that'll be funny.
It should work.
Yeah, it should be funny. It should work.
It should be funny. Okay, tell me about this lady.
So
tell me about the story.
This is from NBC.
Okay.
Woman. This is the headline. Woman found living in Michigan grocery store sign complete with computer and Keurig for months. The woman had flooring, a computer desk, and a printer, and a Keurig in the rooftop family fair sign, police say. A woman was found living in the rooftop sign of a family fair grocery store. It's like a 3D, like it's supposed to be like a room there.
Okay.
I'll
pull that up online.
It's at 10 seconds. So she's living in that. And there's like a window there, and it's like you can see it's kind of like. It's not just flat. It's not like just a facade that most stores would have. Yeah. It's literally just like a whole room up there.
Right. That's just empty with
with nothing in there.
Insulation or anything.
Nothing. It's just a room. So the police in Midland were notified, and I'm not sure what, Michigan. Yeah, Midland, Michigan, were notified about the woman living in the small space that hosts the supermarket sign on April 23rd after contractors working on the roof found her there. So it's sounds like she was running a like extension cord where her coffee machine was being made.
Right.
And it was running across a roof, and the contractors who were on the roof were like, why is there an extension cord going into the sign that's not lit up by any backlighting?
Yeah.
and they found the room, and I put a Reddit up there of like the pictures of the room.
That's what I was looking for. I'm gonna pull that up.
But yeah, it also has pictures of like what the genuine space looked like from the side, so you can see it's kind of like 3D there. But yeah, it's just like if you were put like a college student in a small little dorm, this is probably what it looks like. Yeah, continuing on.
Oh wow, okay,
yeah, it's like that. Yeah,
I expected it to be more attached. This looks so
no,
funny.
Yeah, it's literally just like a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
The woman had flooring, a computer, a desk, a printer, a Keurig, and a pantry of food in the space, which was 10 to 15 feet long, 5 feet wide, and approximately 8 feet tall at its highest point, according to Midland Police Department. We made contact with her, and she was advised she was not allowed to live there. Said Brendan Warren, a spokesperson for the Midland Police Department. She was formally trespassed from the store and was provided with information on services within our area. However, she did not wish for any of those. The woman, who police are not identifying, left without incident. Police found that she'd been living in the space for approximately 1 year, but it's not how clear she was getting up onto the roof.
Yeah, up and like...
She was not formally charged for living in the space, so it sounds like she was homeless, from what it sounds like, and they were just like, just leave.
That's
and
weird
she was like,
they were
okay.
like, we don't know how she got up and down from there, because it's not like she was up there the whole time.
Yeah.
She was getting down again. I mean,
and
this is
it
like
sounds
fresh
like
food.
Someone else had said like she had a job and like she just didn't have a home.
Wow.
Because like how else would you be able to afford these things?
What a crafty... Right. Well, I mean, it's... Yeah, right. I mean, like groceries and stuff, but like, you could find a chair like this on the side of the road or something.
Yeah. But yeah, so, and you can definitely see that, like, it's, like, look on the left there, there's, like, a white, that's, like, the white thing inside,
right,
facing the store, facing the parking lot.
Where's, like, is there not a bed or anything?
I don't think so, because you can, it doesn't look like it'd be very long enough for a bed or anything, but it sounds like she was just probably just hanging out there.
Yeah, just
and it's just, like, a hangout,
Just chilling. Wow, that's so...
That was just a weird headline of the week.
Yeah. But yeah, this is pretty much what happened in Parasite.
That's what I did. That's what I really wanted to do as a kid, was to have like this small space like that. We had a basin. We had a spot underneath our stairs in our old house that we made into like this hangout spot.
Yeah, yeah. I was the same way. There's something about that's like, as a kid, you want to be in a small room.
yeah. You want to make it
like,
yours and not like have any governance. Or,
and just have your video games and snacks in a small enclosed area.
And that's what we did.
Yeah.
We put up some weird paintings and some Christmas lights.
Right.
And a carpet. We had like some old carpet, or we had some carpet that was like left over, and we put it down.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever had any room like that, but I was like, I feel like I have memories of like looking at something and being like, oh, I want to live in that.
Yeah.
Little.
I want to live in that.
One day I'm going to live in that. Maybe that's what she did. Maybe she was just like, when I'm old enough to move out, I'm going to live in there.
That might be what she did too.
Not even knowing if you can get in there or not.
That's
also the other thing too, is where I'm going to open this up one more time. Where is the access to get in there?
Is that hole in the back there?
Oh yeah. There is a hole in the back. Why would they even put a... And they have like a ventilation thing in the back too, I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Why would that be there? Like why would they even make it accessible to get in?
To make it
and how does she know?
Genuine. To make it like a genuine, like, oh yeah, see, look, it's a place that you can, it's to make it genuine that it's not like a facade or anything like that. Just to be like, hey, yep, this is a real spot up there, and this is, see, look, it's such a family place, so we got a whole family home up there.
We got a whole family living in there. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's something. Well, moving on though, real quick, a clip of the week. I feel like we watched a fight at a movie screening
not that
long ago, and I can't remember what it was. But this is apparently a fight that broke out at the Garfield movie screening
in Spain.
Oh, it was in Spain. I didn't know that.
So yeah, the guy in the white is a boxer.
Really? I don't know the story. You'll have to tell me the story then. This comes from Discussing Film, so watch it real quick, and then you can tell me. Oh, okay. Now I didn't watch it with the sound on. Why are there so many adults at this?
Because they got their kids there.
Oh, that's true. They do.
Jesus Christ.
It makes sense that he's a boxer, I guess. What are all these guys going to do?
So,
so that happened.
This is from our friend in TMZ, Harold.
Of course.
Garfield may hate Mondays, but a couple of theater goers at the Garfield movie hated each other more, getting into an all-out brawl with one of the guys being a pro boxer. He had a statement, but he said that he claims that the other guy was screaming at a woman that he was at with the film, and he got up to handle the situation. Basically, he was just like, he was like, this guy keeps yelling at his wife and like is doing it in front of all these kids. Yeah. I'm not putting up with that
during the goddamn Garfield movie.
Yeah, during a fucking Garfield movie.
That's just such a funny movie to fight during.
This is from Comic Book Resources. Where does it say? He's a professional fighter. He's a 6-time amateur Spanish boxing champion who started competing professionally last year. The fighter, Antonio Barul, also offered his apologies on the local news in Leon while explaining what happened from his side of the story. According to Barul, a woman he was at the theater with had been screamed at by the other man, leading to confrontation. However, Barul says that he should have waited for security to intervene rather than getting violent. So,
seems like a well-to-do guy.
Yeah, I think he
apologizing for it and
probably got charged with like assault because he's assault with a deadly weapon because he's a registered boxer.
Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't know about all that. I didn't even know it was. I just watched the video without sound on.
Yeah, someone explained it in the comments, and I was like, I gotta get into this.
Yeah,
forgot about that. Yeah, that's weird headline of the week.
Yeah, I wish I could remember what the movie was that we watched a fight on. There was another one where we talked about a lot of fights, and there was a fight in a movie theater during a screening of some movie. But I can't remember it.
Yeah,
it was like something. It was another weird movie, though. I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but Garfield makes people fight. It's a sad world out there, what the world is turning into with the late, great Hannibal Lecter.
The violence is going up, and...
Because of the late, great Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, because of the late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's dead and still eats people.
He still eats them. He said he had a doctor over. He's going to have a doctor for dinner. A friend over for dinner. At the final scene of the movie. But anyway, moving on. Final segment of the show that we do every single week, called Whatcha Listening To, where Gavin and I recommend a song, album, or artist to each other and to you, the audience, so you can go check it out if you want, I guess. Do whatever you want. Gavin, do you want to go first? Because mine's going to be a little long. I'll try to be quick about it because I just ramble. In case you didn't know.
This week I'm listening to Childish Gambino's brand new album, literally came out yesterday. May
I just say something real quick? Had no idea he had a new album coming out.
Me neither. I booted up my video game.
Nothing about it. Also, sorry, real quick. The dumbest time for someone to release a rap album
is Monday.
No.
Oh,
during this beef.
Oh yeah,
and on a Monday, I guess too, because of Garfield. Get him some lasagna. But dude, like, just wait. This is the word. You're not gonna. Nobody's gonna listen to it.
Yeah,
unless he has disses on there. I don't know. But anyway, sorry.
No, he does. He very much does not.
Dang it,
he does not.
Darn.
I don't know. I listened to Ada Vista by Childish Gambino last night, and maybe 10 years ago I would have liked this album. But this seems not. He doesn't really have any rapping in it. It's a lot more of a R&B pop album, kind of. He's got Ariana Grande on it. He has 21 on here.
21 Savage?
Yes. He talked like, you know how everybody was making fun of Chance the Rapper for talking about his wife and stuff like that? That's how this album feels.
Uh-oh.
I feel bad because I know people, either one, people aren't going to listen to it, or two, people are going to panic because it sounds like Chance the Rapper.
Nobody's even talking about it.
No, I know, and I didn't know it was out until I saw like something come up.
About it.
But
how did you hear?
I was going to explain it. That you interrupted.
Sorry, I got excited.
I was starting on my video game, and I'm like, I kind of want to listen to music, so I started up my Apple Music app on my Xbox, and it says like listen to Childish Gambino's new album. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was out. So I clicked on it, and I'm like, oh, it's a whole album. I thought it was just a single.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's a whole album. So I listened to it, and I'm like, wow.
That's an album.
One of the albums I could have listened to, I guess, with my time.
Yeah, it was an album.
This was, I was trying to see maybe if Pitchfork did like a pre-review of it, but it didn't even look like Pitchfork had anything ready for it, or no one had like videos out, like prepped to listen to it or anything like that. Like, drop one, I'm already on top of it, Childish Gambino.
Well, and I feel like Childish Gambino is one of those that, like, when he drops an album, it's like Kanye dropping an album, or like someone like, I don't mean to use I shouldn't even use Kanye as an example because fuck Kanye, but like, or Tyler the Creator, like if somebody like that, like I feel like Childish Gambino, as someone who drops an album out of nowhere, it seems like he's one of those that like people would go, oh my God, like it would be posted everywhere. No, like I feel like
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Because like when was the last album he released? Was it?
I think it was 20. I think it was.
What's the name of that album? I have no idea.
Is it Me and Your Mama
on it?
Yeah, it's Me and Your Mama.
Yeah. And like that, yeah. People love that. I think, right? Didn't people love that? I knew people who loved it.
Yeah, no. That's a really good album. That is genuinely like a really good album. Yeah, I love that album.
It just seems like I feel like this would have been huge news, even with all the stuff going on.
Damn it. Rap. Fuck you, Rolling Stone.
Oh, yeah. Don't even try. Variety will probably do the same thing, I bet.
Let's see.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to see like what they think of it. Just because it's like, am I just wrong in saying this? But it's like, I don't know. It just.
I'm going to check Complex too.
There's a couple songs here where it's just like, it's literally like, I love my wife. It's literally no joke. And I was like, I get it. I think he has a kid now too, right?
Right.
And he has his kid featured on it, essentially. It's got like a whole like 30 seconds where he's like talking to his child.
Oh, just like Drake did?
Yeah, I guess so.
So this released like today as in like midnight?
Yesterday at midnight. Or maybe today at midnight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you said Monday.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was like the 13th. It's like that was its release day. But yeah.
Okay. One post from Complex Music, Childish Gambino shares a new album. And
I guess it was, hold on. I guess it was a re-release or they redid some songs on here, but
after worth the wait. Let me try fully LP.
Yeah, it sounds like they just renamed the album. Or it was just a surprise drop. I'm not sure.
The 11-track LP is a fully finished version of Glover's 3:15:20.
Yeah. So originally in 2020, Gambino's album got a 6.0 on Pitchfork.
Out of 10?
Out of 10, yeah. Which I would argue it could have been even lower. It's a lot more like simple. It's a lot simpler, we'll say. And it's got a lot more like experimental kind of like, not like bad experimental, but just like different from Childish Gambino's experience. Maybe this isn't even like because the internet or even camp. This is more just kind of like his creative outlet types things.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, I'm playing around with the synthesizer. Here's some beats. No joke. There's literally like an offbeat where he's just like pressing buttons.
So why is he, what is the re-release about? Was this like, because it sounds like he like remixed it and stuff, but why? What was wrong with the 3:15:20?
None of the tracks had titles. It sounds like
it was like a concept album that maybe he like wrote.
Yeah, and
did really like on his own.
Yeah, on his own, yeah, and then like went back and then revisited it and put it out as a new album.
Yeah, because it says the 11-track has maybe it didn't have features on it before. Because someone in the comments says shit sounds same, just the production's different.
And yeah, it's like it's a new mix basically. It's just remastered, remixed.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the people in the Reddit comments are arguing about it. It's crispier. I don't know. I guess compared to the original 3:15:20, people were like it was good because the mixes are better, but I was not impressed, and there was maybe one song in here. I don't even know what song it was, but there was one song in here where I'm like, okay, I can dig this.
Yeah,
it wasn't even like commercial music to me. It wasn't even like, oh, I could see this in this song, or this is just a weird. I don't know, unless someone
to re-release it too, even like
it
wasn't that talked about in the first place. Like, what was the point of that?
And it was also just lost to the pandemic at that point.
And to take 4 years to do it.
Yeah. And I think
it just I hate when there's another band who I won't mention. I really like them, but they haven't released any new music. They just keep remixing their old songs.
Yeah.
Which sometimes is a label thing. Like a label's like, you can't release new music, but the workaround is they can remix their music to put it out. So that could be the case. Maybe that could be the case here with Childish
I think
Gambino.
he said he was putting out new music during Coachella. And I'm not kidding when he said that. Like he came up on stage with someone.
Well, I guess this is the new music. But this also makes sense why, I will say this also makes sense why a lot of people aren't talking about it, because of the fact that it is just a re-release.
Yeah.
A more finalized re-release. So that I can understand why people aren't talking about it. But still, like, it still seems like I would be seeing something about it other than this one post on Complex that I had to dig to find. So, okay. That is one of the albums you listened to.
One of the albums. I wasn't really impressed. I was kind of, it's also because I was more expecting like a more theatrical, it's Awaken My Love. That's what it is. More theatrical 2018 release, 2016 release.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, where it's like, it's a whole production and it's got like,
exciting.
it's got choir, it's got, it's nothing. Like, I would say it's like if you took out the rapping and Because the Internet and just left his like synth playing around with a drum machine type shit.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a fan of. I don't really like jam tracks that much. I'm not a big jam band guy. Don't like Grateful Dead or anything like that. Even that was also one of the reasons why I didn't like the Black Keys' Dropout Boogie, is because it's just a jam album. It is just like, here's some sessions we did, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was like, here's some easy
stuff.
songs, I guess. I don't know.
The label tells us we need to release an album.
Basically. And this is way more of like that, where it's like, here's some things I put together during COVID or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wasn't impressed, But I listened to it, so that's what I'm listening to this week.
Mine is... This is going to be what you're listening to of the ages, because we both have upsetting things that we've been listening to that weren't what we expected. So if it's okay if I move into mine.
Yeah, I'm going to type mine out real quick.
This week, just to say it and get it out of the way and then get into it, I am listening to Knocked Loose's brand new album. What is the name of it? You won't go before you're supposed to. So first and foremost, I am a huge Knocked Loose fan. I'm literally seeing them a week from tonight.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
So next week, we'll probably record the day after, and I'll be excited to talk about it. And I love Knocked Loose. I think they're a fantastic band. And one of the things I am so stoked about for them is that they're getting like such mass appeal.
Mm-hmm. Like I've seen them a lot more referenced and just
100%
on people's Instagram stories or Twitter or whatever.
They're about to sell out the pageant.
Wow.
Here in St. Louis, they've had plenty of sold out shows on this tour already. Like, I mean, they have a ton of great opening acts too as well. Show Me the Body, Loathe, stuff like that.
And I've listened to Show Me the Body before. They're really good
they're
too.
Great. Honestly, it's almost like a perfect lineup for me. I just don't know Speed that well, but I'm really excited to see them live. But
change your opinion.
It might. That's honestly, they might become one of my favorite bands, because sometimes I'll see a band live that I don't know that well, or maybe I'm kind of iffy on, and then they become like my favorite group.
Yep,
I love
my
when
favorite.
That happens.
I love that.
So yeah, I've been a Knocked Loose fan since. Hold on, I gotta pull up the name of the album.
2016.
I apologize. No, a little bit after that. I guess that was 2019. 2019, when A Different Shade of Blue came out, is when I started listening to them. And at first I was like, ooh, I don't like the singer's voice. And then like it kind of started coming up again, and I was like, okay, I really like them. So 2019, 2020 is when I got into them. And that album, I'll bring it up in a little bit again, but A Different Shade of Blue, I think, is a perfect album. I love that album. I still listen to it to this day. So I am a huge fan of them. I'm stoked that they're getting this mass appeal. They fucking played Coachella, like the only hardcore band I can ever think of to play Coachella. This is last year, but still. Demi Lovato has said that she wants to collab, or they want to collab with them. Like, they're getting huge, like, people know who they are. Like, It's awesome. And I think that's so fucking cool. And they're just getting bigger, and that's awesome.
Actually, the cover of this album
is sick.
Yeah, it's sick.
Super
the
cool.
guy, there's a guy I follow on Instagram who takes really good photos, And he's a friend of the guy I follow, and he's like, "Hey, congrats on the new album." And the photographer literally has a private Instagram that he like doesn't let people follow, where he takes his photos. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, so I'm curious to know how they've met him.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's some this artwork I have tattooed on me because of the photograph. Like that photographer's like super unknown, but his stuff is really cool. But so I love them. I think they're great. That being said, unfortunately I can't tell if it's something to do with their sound or if it's just me kind of maybe growing out of it. I don't know, but I feel like they have not changed at all since A Different Shade of Blue. I feel like they locked into something there, and then they kind of just started doing stuff that was just kind of building on that, but not changing anything. So much so that after A Different Shade of Blue came out in 2021, A Terror in the Fabric of Life, which I did recommend, there were literally songs on there that when I listened to them for still to this day or the first few times, I was like, this sounds exactly like a song on A Different Shade of Blue. Or like this whole part sounds exactly like this one part. Like I could put it piece to piece of where it sounds like, or I could at least feel like it sounds like this other song.
Comparative. And
I was like, that's really weird. And I like to Tear in the Fabric of Life. God Knows is great. Some of A Light Divides the Holler is really cool. Again, it still sounds like all their other opening tracks. And so I was a little disappointed with that EP. I still thought it was good, but I was just kind of like, okay, this really sounds like, I think there's even in this EP, there's even like a reference to a song in A Different Shade of Blue. Like he says something that he says in that album, like word for word lyric, which I was like, that's really weird. Why is he referencing another song that they already did? Like it just didn't make any sense to me. So that was in 2021. So now 3 years later, we get our first album in 5 years from them, which I'm stoked about. And again, I've listened to it a few times through, and it just sounds the same. Like, and I'm like, there's bands where like their stuff sounds pretty similar, but something about it has changed or something about it is different. Like at least like it's a similar.
It's the same band, different sound. Or,
same band, different sound. Like it's like it feels like new music. This does not feel like new music to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This feels like they're still doing the same thing.
Right.
And I don't know what it is about it. I just feel like I have higher hopes for them. And I've just all of their new releases, I've just been a little bit disappointed in.
Yeah. What were you expecting? Were you expecting like more of like a somber album, more of
anything?
Anything besides what they gave?
Anything that wasn't what they did in A Different Shade of Blue, which I don't think has been topped.
Yeah.
I think that is like the pinnacle of Knocked Loose still. Because like the other thing I was going to say is, so before A Different Shade of Blue, which I feel like was their breakout album, they had laugh tracks, which they still play some of those songs, but like some of them, they're very gimmicky. They're like very gimmicky sounding, which isn't a problem. Like I think that's great. Make gimmicky songs like that like is really important.
Yeah, it
as a band to do like
to get that out of your system.
Yeah, to get gimmicky stuff, and they still play the songs live. You know, they maybe like don't really care for them because they're not great songs. They're gimmicks. Like they're just fun. But I don't think that was a breakout album, but that still has a lot of love to it. But like going from laugh tracks to A Different Shade of Blue is like a huge departure, like big difference in sound. And like, I mean, even just like in production wise, like it sounds so much different. And then you go back even further, pop culture, like those three albums are all different. Since A Different Shade of Blue, I feel like they figured out what worked and didn't really, and like plateaued by like changing a little bit. Like I think they got heavier in a sense, but like I don't know if it feels like it's in a good way. It's hard to explain. But there wasn't like a expectation besides I just wanted it to be a new Knocked Loose album that like blew my socks off. And I feel like I've read some comments and I think I'm pretty alone on this opinion. Like I think people love this album and think it's amazing. And I wonder if that's because a lot of these people are newer fans. And I don't want to sound like that guy that's like, oh, I've been a fan of them for this long.
Yeah.
But like, it just feels to me like if you've been a fan of them since at least A Different Shade of Blue,
right?
I don't know how you don't like feel this way about it,
right?
Because it's like it just sounds the same. Like I just feel like they just haven't.
If you were to play
different,
if you were to play a song from there and then go back to play a song from then, you would not be able to tell the difference that they're on different albums.
No, but I think I could even do that with you. And I could do that with you with another band.
Yeah.
Another hardcore band, even though you're not like the biggest hardcore fan.
Yeah, I could probably be like,
and
I can pick it out.
I feel like the Knocked Loose ones, you wouldn't be able to tell a difference of between albums. But
especially these last three.
Yeah. Exactly. Between like, I don't know, even like a Show Me the Body. Like,
right.
Or someone like that. And especially like, not only, like if these albums have came out like 1 year apart, I feel different about it.
Yeah.
The fact that A Different Shade of Blue was 5 years ago, and nothing has really changed since then, in like a drastic way that like makes me excited about them. It just kind of feels the same. And someone was like, "Really, it's been 5 years, and you're only giving us a 27-minute long album." And I don't have that opinion because they don't owe anybody anything. They get to do what they want.
Right.
But I do kind of feel that way in a sense because I'm like, it's 27 minutes of this, of just like the same thing. And getting back to something I mentioned earlier, this is the craziest thing to me. So there's a song on here called Slaughterhouse 2 featuring Chris from Motionless in White. On Motionless in White's last album, they did a song called Slaughterhouse featuring Brian Garris of Knocked Loose. They're literally doing the same song, not the same song, but the same name song featuring the same person, just like they're doing the band swap. Yeah. It's flipped. And literally the final like drop in the song, they say the same thing that they said in the original Slaughterhouse song. So it's like more or less the same song. And that's what I mean. It's like, what are you doing? Do a new song. Don't do the second version of this song where you say the same thing.
Right.
In it. Like you say the same, like it's the memorable line. They say, I think it's like I forgot what it was. Something about the slaughterhouse. Like, or it's like, I forgot what it is, but it's something where like, oh no, it's one mutilation under God. That's like the line in it. And they say it in both songs, and it's like the same moment of each song. And I'm just like, what? I don't know. It's just upsetting to me. I'm going on very long about this, and I apologize, but I don't know. I'm just disappointed in it, and I think I'm realizing that I really like Knocked Loose. I have a lot of love for them, but I think they're just a better band live.
Yeah,
because they're super fun to see. I've seen them twice, and I'm stoked to go see them next week, whether I'm love this album or not, because I think these songs are going to be fucking awesome live. Right. And I'll have that appreciation of them even more after seeing them live. So maybe my mind will change. I don't know. I'm a bit kind of
turned off by the idea.
Yeah, just a bit turned off by it. And I love these people, and I would love to hopefully be friends with them one day, because they just seem like cool people, and I've talked about them
at length
in really long lengths, because I just expect more of them, and I'm just like excited about it, and I was disappointed because I think these are really great people.
Would you have a different opinion if this was like an LP or EP?
No, because I mean that's what they did with that EP that came out
last year or 2 years ago.
3 years ago. 3 years ago. Where I was like super excited, new music, thought it was going to be an album, and then it was just an EP, and I was like, okay.
Because this is like EP length.
Yeah. I wonder, actually, I'm going to check real quick. How long is A Tear in the Fabric of Life, which was the EP, was 21 minutes. This album was 27 minutes. 6 minutes longer. And like, I don't know, someone can make an argument. No, you couldn't even really make an argument, because it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just very bizarre. I don't really get why people are saying this is the best thing they've ever released.
Not yet.
Not yet. Exactly. Not yet. And that's the thing is like, not yet. I'm like, I don't know if this is a label thing or they're like, keep doing it. If this is a
producer.
Thing that, or a knocked loose thing where they're like, this is really working for us.
And it might be just that they're just, you know,
which is,
it works
fine,
for us and it's been working. People know who we are now. That's great.
But they're super talented musicians. I've talked about their guitar player, Isaac, ad nauseum, because he's helped write a lot of CU Space Cowboy albums, a band I love. They also have like other side projects, like Isaac and Brian are in a band called Inclination. That's amazing. And in a band called Weapon X as well.
I think you've recommended all of those. Yeah,
maybe not Weapon X. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I think they're fun. But Inclination for sure. I love the Inclination album. Actually, Brian's not in Inclination. It's just Isaac. But yeah, I don't know. But I feel like maybe those side projects are where they're actually like able to, you know, musically take leaps. Whereas Knocked Loose to me feels like, let's just keep this train moving. It's working.
Yeah.
What we're doing right now is working. Let's change some things slightly. Production quality will get better.
We'll figure it out.
Like musically, let's stay on this path that is working.
Yeah.
And listen, that's fine. I got respect for that too. Maybe they're doing it, not even realizing it. I don't know. I'm going to get off my soapbox or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I'm going on too long. But it's just my passion for a band that I love. That's all
absolutely.
It is,
you have high expectations. I could probably show you different periods of time in Spoon's one of my favorite bands.
Right.
And I could probably definitely do the same thing with my favorite band, Spoon, and be like, yeah, here's completely different periods of time.
But they sound different?
They sound different, yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple albums I would say like kind of call back to older stuff, but very, very different sound.
Yeah, but do they literally call back to a song?
No, not
I've
really.
never heard that before.
Beatles do. Beatles have Glass Onion.
Oh yeah,
with the Walrus was Paul. They that's like basically a whole self-reference song.
Oh,
but
God,
yeah,
meta.
Yeah, jacking themselves off.
Yeah, but I guess they deserve to do that.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. Like this week is also marks the week of 10 years of the Black Keys' Turn Blue album. My dad reminded me.
Oh,
10 years since they released that. And I don't think they're doing a 10-year anniversary of it, which they did for El Camino in 2011. I'm curious to know what the story is behind that. But yeah, like it's crazy to think that the amount of time between then and now would have completed a whole Beatles career.
Yeah, it is crazy.
It was like 1963 to 1970-ish.
Yeah.
Was that like 7 years of the Beatles? That was it.
Which is it's crazy because of how much change they went through in that time.
Right, exactly. That's also just like how abusive those record labels were.
Oh yeah, releasing multiple albums in 1 year.
Yeah,
fucking nuts.
Insane.
Real quick, not to just completely shit on this album. I feel like I should give some props to it because I love this band. I respect these people so much. 2 songs to just shout out. Moss Covers All, which is literally a 47-second song, I think is the best song on the album. It's 47 seconds long, but it's so good. It just makes me upset that that's what I think is the best song. Sit and Mourn, which I really like, but people think it's the best song on the album, which I won't disagree with, even though I don't think so. But people are also saying that it's like
the best song, the worst.
That it's like really it's a departure for them. It's not really. I could probably compare it to another song in their discography, but it is good because it does sound somewhat different.
Right.
Which is again why I like Moss Covers All, because it's a 47-second song, but it fucking rips. It's sick. So those 2 songs I really do like quite a bit. And the singles weren't bad. I think I recommended one of the singles when they came out. But yeah, I'm very excited to see them live though. I think I'll have a new appreciation.
Can't wait to hear about it.
Because like I said, I think they'll always fucking rip live. No matter what.
Timberwolves lost. Nuggets up 3-2.
Uh-oh. We got one more, Gavin.
No, we're good. Well, everybody, thanks for listening to It Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 167. Keep watching, keep listening, keep reviewing, keep commenting, keep sharing your thoughts on it. Love hearing your comments and shit, man.
We love hearing your shit, man.